Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, and freaks of nature of all ages. My name is Brian Bad Hippie Jackson, and welcome to my YouTube, and welcome back to Silver Creek Falls. All right, let's just go ahead and get right into it. When we left off the last time, we had just entered the sheriff's house, and we are going to go exploring and see if we can't find the documents and evidence that Sheriff Davis has collected. Okay, this is it. Sheriff Davis' house. The famous man's home. I'm excited. I have a feeling we'll get a much better idea of what's going on when we find his case files. That's what we're looking for. Objective. Learn as much as you can about Lee Davis. Find his case files. Alrighty then. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and start in the kitchen. Kitchens are always a good place. You can find stuff in them. You can tell a lot about a person by looking at their kitchen. You really can. All clean. Interesting guy. What about here? All clean, interesting guy. Okay, so it looks like pretty much the kitchen is clean, so we know that. Full fridge. If he was planning to disappear, he would have emptied it out first. Okay. Alright, so with that, not much in the kitchen. Let's go look around in here. Anything on the wall? No. No. What about this light? All the lights are on. He must have left in a rush. Okay, so that says something. What about these pictures? I didn't check the pictures in the hotel, but ooh, the picture did do something. Beautiful photo. Yes, the sheriff was into photography. He carried his SLR everywhere, even on duty. He would take photos of all sorts of things. Alright, so we know that the sheriff was a picture buff. Nothing there. Let's go check this dresser. Gun on the bedside table. Pretty intense. Do you see lots of violent crime around here, deputy? No, not really. Pretty peaceful town. These incidents are the first serious thing to hit this town since the tornado 2 years ago. That's interesting. Tornado? Yep, it was pretty bad. Some local businesses had to leave. Actually, the U.S. Army was looking to buy some land here before the tornado hit. More land buying, huh? Did they end up buying? Nah, the tornado dissuaded them pretty fast. Oh? Also, a lot of that land was in contention. Apparently, the family that bought it was going through some legal problems. Legal problems. Yeah, apparently years back they bought it off that Cherokee tribe I told you earlier. Apparently they swindled them and gave them a rotten deal for it. U.S. Army didn't want to get involved and lost interest in the land. Okay, so there's got to be something up with the land because if the military really wants land, then as long as it is American domain, they will use eminent domain to get it. Hacker or something. So many computers. Nothing wrong with computers. Ooh, there's a note over there. Let's go check that note. Oh, wrong button. Another note. Again, different handwriting this time. What does it say? If you want to know the truth, John 6:34. That's from the Bible. Let's see if we can find one. The sheriff was a religious man, so I'm sure there's a Bible around here. Okay, note added to inventory. Let's go ahead and check my inventory real quick. Items. Okay, so we've got the sorority house note. Let's see what I'll get with blood samples. Everybody's still level 1, plenty of hit points and magic points or mana points or whatever the MP stands for. I'm not really sure. Oh man, it knocked me all the way out. We have the sorority house note. They laugh, they sing, they dance, but with who? There were 6 in this party, not 5. The Silver Creek note. He walked alone in the forest to become one with nature. He got his wish. The House of Lee Davis, which is if you want to know the truth. And then the road accident note. The young rush as if they lack time, but if you rush too much, you risk losing all your time. Okay, and then it looks like everything else I still can't look at. We just have them. So we have a hotel room key, 3 shell casings. Can I do anything with... Can't do anything with animal hairs found at crime scenes, the sorority file, a spell book, the Ouija board, a game not to be played with the family, no kidding. and shell casing. 9mm bullet casings from the sorority house. What about the shell casings from the other areas? So that's all 9mm shell casings, and we do know that the sheriff had a 9mm pistol of some sort. Okay, so let's go ahead and look up here. What's on this table? It's a set of keys. There's no car parked outside, so I don't think those are car keys. Yeah, his car is gone. Those aren't his house keys either, as they don't look like the copy I have. Best we hang on to these. Okay, so now we have keys added to the inventory. Found at the house of Lee Davis, probably not car or house keys. Okay, so it just gives me a little information on them. Alright, what we got, what's this? Award of Excellent in Merit for Sheriff Lee Davis for Excellent in Law Enforcement, High Commissioner Baum. Impressive. Packin' Heat. IMI Desert Eagle, Beretta M9, and Remington 870 shotgun, all reliable classics. Know your guns. I'm in America. I have to. Yeah, America! America! Where do we want to go next? Let's go look. Anything on this table? Lights are on. He must have left in a rush. Let's go up. Oh, let's go up here. Classic literature. Nothing there. Police reports, 2004 to 2006. Doesn't look like I can really do anything with them. Guide on how to modify small and medium-sized firearms. Got a fire extinguisher. Guess this guy was ready for anything. Almost too ready. Medal of Honor awarded to Lieutenant Colonel Lee Davis, 7th Ranger Division. Awesome. Was in the military? Yep, U.S. Army Ranger. So if he was a Ranger, if he's dead, whatever killed him must have been pretty intense. She said whatever, not whoever. Does that mean something? That's if he's dead. With his car gone, it's most likely he isn't dead. I'm surprised he left so many of his firearms behind. I'm sure he's not walking around unarmed. Yeah, there's no way in hell an Army Ranger is going to be walking around unarmed. That's just not going to happen. Okay, camping equipment, tinned food, water purifiers, flints, hunting knives, ready for Armageddon. U.S. Army Ranger. The outdoors is in his blood. Alright, what we got here? More camping equipment, blah blah. Same stuff. What we got down here? Anything by the TV? Is that like a Nintendo there in front of it? Videos. Doesn't seem to be anything there. Nothing there. Okay. Nothing there. Alright, where do I want to go? I want to go check this computer, or do I want to go, let's go check this other bookshelves. Hollywood Photography Volume 1 through 19, so he was really into photography. U.S. Army Ranger Survival Guide, that is a damn good book to have. Lots of books. There's a Bible sticking out from the rest. Ooh, didn't we need a Bible verse? Check the passage, yes, yes. John 6:34, Sir, they said, from now on give us this bread. Okay, from now on give us this bread. Alright, I wonder what that could mean. Most likely something to do with the keys, since he obviously left those for somebody to find. The sheriff has a storage unit somewhere. This might be the clue as to where. Okay, so the clue as to where the sheriff's storage unit is a set of keys attached to a Bible verse. Now we've already checked one computer. That one, another computer. Maybe the one that's looking at us is the one we need. There we go. Download case files by L. Davis. Yes. When I open a file, all that comes up is nonsense for text. Must be encrypted. Can you still copy the files to your flash drive? Yes, it doesn't stop me doing that. Very interesting. The man knows how to encrypt files and yet chooses not to lock them into his computer. Are you implying that he did that on purpose? Most likely. He didn't put up a password for the computer itself as if he knew someone else would use it. That's odd. Copy the file anyway. We can probably find the keyword that deciphers the code later. Files downloaded. Alright, so what do I have? Let's go check. Items. Keys. Notes. It doesn't say anything about the computer files on this though. Alright, 41 blood samples. Okay, so we got that. And I'm thinking that's pretty much about everything in here, as far as I know. I don't think I've missed anything. So let's go ahead and did I check this filing cabinet in here? Let's go ahead and look again. This one's locked, and apparently those keys aren't the keys we need for that filing cabinet. Okay, so let's go ahead and head out. Where do you think Lee Davis storage unit is? Fisher Lane, Taylor Lane, Tinker Lane, or Baker Lane? Now let's see. If the Bible verse was a clue to where the keys are. Now, Jesus was a fisher of men, so it could be Fisher Lane, but give us bread. Let's try Baker. That's it. Baker. Bread. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Alright. A storage unit on Baker Lane. Man, it keeps looking like they're going to hit the building. Alright, there's a box right there. This is it. He even labeled it for us. What's inside? Bios on all the victims and some old cassettes. Sheriff Davis used to walk around with his voice recorder so he could record any ideas he had. We should give it a listen. Do you have a tape player in your car? Nah, man, this car is only a year old. No tape player. Yeah, cars nowadays do not come standard with cassette. They come with CD. I have a player in my car. Let's go back to the hotel to check it out. Cool. I'll leave the blood samples and evidence in the police station. I'll drop you guys off first. We'll keep Lee Davis files if that's okay. Please do. Cassette tape added to inventory. Okay. Now let's see. Still got all the blood samples and the cassette tape. Once again, it's just one of those things where I'll be able to hover over it but not really do anything. Alright, let's go ahead and check the shelving over here. Empty. Empty, so it looks like all the shelves are going to be empty. How about these boxes? Boxes inside boxes. I guess you can never have enough boxes. A lot of camping gear. Bandages, iodine, syringes, scalpels. Very useful medical equipment. So he was prepped for something. But then again, he was a ranger. So I've never met a ranger who wasn't prepped for absolutely positively anything. Anything there? Weapons aren't coming up. But looks like there's a note on the wall over here. If you're reading this, chances are you're looking for something. Yep, sure am. Okay. Let's go ahead and check these cabinets, these lockers. Locked. Documents, but it's all in gibberish. Doesn't even look like a language. You need to know the cipher or keyword to unlock it. It's an old way of hiding sensitive information. Looks important. We should take these. I can hold on to those for you. Thank you, Deputy. Okay. That British guy knows a lot about codes and ciphers, doesn't he? Locked. Because phone directories might be useful. Bit heavy, we can pass by for them later. Yep, okay. Don't want to... Phone books do get heavy. Empty. And locked. Okay, looks to be everything in the storage unit, I think. Okay, now what we're going to do. Sorry about that. I hit my microphone. I was scratching my ear. See you. Okay, let's go over here and go to the car and listen to the cassette. Sarah turns on the car and inserts Lee Davis tape.
That is something very strange.
Okay, and I'm going to go over what just happened because I noticed when that cassette tape started playing, and it did play through the whole thing, but it auto-paused my capture program, so you probably didn't hear any of that. So the sheriff went ahead and went through some of the stuff we already know. He mentioned the ammonia smell, the large amount of blood, and the total absence of bodies. He is concerned that murders have been committed and the bodies have been perfectly disposed of. He also mentioned that everybody seems to be connected in some way, and gave us some information that we didn't know. So apparently the young man that died beside the lake, the second crime scene, was the boyfriend of one of the girls who excuse me, was the boyfriend of one of the girls from the sorority house. Also, the car accident, the owner of the car reported it stolen a couple of days prior from Durham. So whoever wrecked the car was not the owner of the car, and the sheriff wanted to find out the identity of the person who wrecked the car. He also stated that he felt like he has been followed by someone or something, and did mention a couple of times about the possibility of the supernatural. And he also mentioned that even though the evidence seems to support animal attacks, with notes being left at the scenes and the complete lack of bodies and the very minimal amount of evidence, it appears to him that it's not an animal but someone, or once again something motivated and intelligent. Okay, so let's go ahead and head into the hotel and see what comes up next. So what do you think? It's easy to assume that the three cases are all related. After all, this small town hasn't seen anything major in years. Yeah, but one could plausibly claim that the attack in the national park was a wolf attack. Yeah, and the car accident really was caused by drunk driving and the guy just left his car and wandered off somewhere. Doesn't sound quite right, does it? No. Also, those creepy notes. The one Lee Davis left us was his, that's for sure. But the ones at the crime scene? I don't know. You don't think it might have been Lee Davis? No, he was with the deputy at the time of the first crime. Also, I can't imagine such a decorated officer suddenly going on a murder spree. I gotta agree with you there, Rosario Dawson. I've seen stranger things, but my gut instinct says it's not him. Besides, those tapes, he sounds really mystified and horrified by the cases. Did you get a quick look at the files? Very quick look. Did you notice that all the victims were under 24, all college students from the same university? Yeah, we need to investigate who of them knew each other, but first we should probably check out the evidence, check it for fingerprints, etc. Yeah, check out those blood samples too. Isn't it insane that there are no signs of the bodies, all just huge blood splatters? We have our work cut out for us. As long as that amateur deputy stores all the evidence well, we should be able to crack this. You were pretty rough on him earlier. Come on, you know he deserved it. Chances are the trail has gone cold by now. Like I said, we got our work cut out for us tomorrow. What did he tell you while I was getting coffee? He was telling me about how strangely Lee Davis was behaving after these cases, how he was recording on his tapes, taking notes. He wasn't eating or sleeping either. Very strange. Anyway, I'm tired. We sure crammed a lot in a day. We could have split this into 2 days, but the trail would have grown even colder. I'm off to bed. Cool. See you tomorrow morning then. Alright, so he's going to head off and probably get schnockered again. And where's he going? Down there? Okay, he's just going to wait. Did she say anything? Nope, I'm just going to go to bed. Alright, so I'm going to go to bed, get her up into the bedroom, and then we're going to put a save on it and call this good on episode 3. So let's go ahead and check our TV. Same thing that it was playing this morning. So let's go ahead and sleep. Yes. And I'm just going to go ahead and leave it right there. I'm not even going to pause it. We're going to call that good on episode 2, and we will pick up at the beginning of day 3 when we, call it good on episode 3. We'll pick up at the beginning of day 3 when we start episode 4. So please don't forget to check the links in the description below for the Wounded Warriors Project and the Disabled American Veterans. Please help us support our veterans. Also check the link for Bad Hippie's first annual charity live stream. 100% of the profits or the proceeds will go to benefit the Wounded Warriors Project. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe and share. Tell your friends and family to hit the like button, subscribe and share. please leave me a comment. All comments are always welcome, good, bad, or somewhere in between. Thank you very much for watching. Your love and support mean a lot to me. I love you guys so much. Thank you very much. And until next time, this is Brian Bad Hippie Jackson saying peace, love, clean underwear, and happy gaming.